Hello and welcome to the final 9 holes of the 2025 PDGA Champions Cup. We're going to see our first major winner of the 2025 season right here at Swenson Park in Stockton, California. And you are watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
And so far, our major veteran, Mr. Isaac Robinson, with his 3 under performance on the front 9, is holding it down at 22 under. The first and only player to get to that number, but a whole heap of players are knocking at the door, including Adam Hammis, who's playing well once again after that lull in the second round. He's getting back in the mix, as well as just about every single person in the top 4 cards. I mean, we are all at 18, 19, 20. The number 20 shows up over and over and over again. It's going to be either a sprint to the finish line or something else, but it's going to be exciting.
Hole 10, you don't need much off the tee, Jerm. You just need to clear the OB, and then you're going to have a shot into the green. It is pretty windy, though, so if you do get a bad angle out of the hand off the tee, it could dive into that out of bounds. And somebody like Sullivan or Andrew, who don't have the backhand prowess like this guy,
Ooh.
might need to be worried about it.
Well, what happens here?
He's fine.
That's fine?
He's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Yep. Did he clear the OB, Jerm?
He cleared the OB.
Okay, we're okay.
He's sending.
This
What
has a
a
lot
shot.
of turn.
Marwede.
Great commitment. Does it get
Marwede.
up there? Very nice. That out of bounds line is close to that right
Really
side.
is.
So
He used every bit of that flex. Well done.
yeah, and I think he put himself in just the perfect position for his gameplay.
All right, Sullivan, he's wide. Might be dealing with some low-hanging limbs.
Watch the effortless power here. How buttery smooth is that?
He's very smooth. Smooth with power.
Yep.
Kale and Mason, very, very smooth. Ben's a different type of power. It's the next level up.
Needs to unwind.
It's trying. That is the classic
Oh.
Sullivan Tipton.
That was a great shot. Full flex.
Going with looks like a mid-range. And great shot.
He went across. And the whole one. Another one. Who was it that did that yesterday? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. I think Ricky.
Oh. Dimed it. Needed it. Couple bogues, one bird.
Huge drive.
I kind of figured Marwede would have the longest drive on this hole. Well done. Yeah, Marwede, he is a player who just doesn't typically get much more than 450. And that might be more than he even really goes for most of the time with his backhand. He's just so accurate at all of his landing zones.
Back-to-back putts. Seems like that.
8 and 10.
Yeah, from that range that he could have built a nice little comfy spot in the tournament.
And remember how he got here? He was sending them in left and right on the back 9 on moving day.
Marwede breaks the 20 under
There
mark.
you go.
It took the
I'm going to do it. I'm going to clap.
on this hole, which is almost impossible.
He's done what Macbeth has been unable to do.
Sully gets to 20 on this hole. Another guy.
He's done what Macbeth has only known how to do. 3 chasers get a little bit closer to our leader.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ben in the mix?
Yes. 17. He's got to get all of them from here on out, every single one. And the holes are just too hard. I mean,
So we're saying 25 is a number.
well, they just
at this point.
Yeah, such a slow front 9. A B.
Okay.
Great shot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the board, I don't think you're going to need 28.
Yeah, that's
What we were talking about earlier.
Front 9, yeah. We're saying 30 certainly wins. 28 probably wins. Now all of a sudden,
Let's look at this board and reassess. 22 through 16.
yeah,
22 through 10. I mean,
25, 26.
you feel pretty good about it,
Feel
right?
pretty good, yeah. Hole 11. This is the hole that we just keep talking, raving about. It's a wonderful hole. Requires a right-hand backhand flex or the scariest forehand you've ever thrown onto a hard pan ground that slides and never stops before it reaches the OB on the left and long side of the basket. Classic risk-reward hole.
Marwede just put this so close the other day.
Yeah, that was awesome touch.
And this is a coming back. Okay.
Don't think so.
No. Excited to watch this though.
I think I might lay that up even if I was one stroke back in the last hole of Worlds. like that one you don't go for.
Oh, this could be great. This could be really good.
That's as good as it gets.
Oh,
Fantastic shot.
Only can get about 5 feet better, and you don't even want that. That's just phenomenal.
said he has to get to rest. This is a nice one to get. You get this when you're getting strokes.
Was that a putter for Ben?
It looked like a pretty big rim.
Yeah,
It was flying like
mid.
an overstable, like a zone, but it might have
Yeah.
been a mid of
Yeah, I
some
feel
sort.
like a stable mid,
Yeah, okay.
but I don't know.
I mean, Macbeth got there round 1 with the putter. That seemed to have a little more flex than a traditional throwing putter.
I've seen more people lay this one up into the drink from this
Really?
distance than any hole I've ever seen in
It's
my
just-
life.
It's so fast.
And I think it takes somebody who's played here multiple years to do that, which is a weird thing to say. It's because you leave it short.
Yeah, another
And you're
time.
like, exactly. You
You're
leave it a
like-
little, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I can always give it a little extra.
Yeah, you start playing that game where you're like, my subconscious is going to make me short. So I got to actually kind of juice this,
Yeah.
pretend like I'm trying to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once in a while you actually connect. Yeah. And you're like, surely if I ran this, I would miss super short and it would be the perfect layup,
Yeah.
right? Ben for the birdie.
No. No. That wrecked your entire
drink's
world.
dead.
Yeah, that wrecks everything.
I guess you could get the next hole, a little 3.
It wrecks everything. I mean, you just
Even with
shattered.
an eagle on the next hole.
Okay. Sure. That wrecks everything.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Anthony 21 under.
Okay.
Needs a big skip here. Getting
Serviceable.
it.
Serviceable. Really well done.
Tough little putt here, though.
Ooh, hi there. He was your pick yesterday.
Cannon Burr needs to have a little ante on it. Does get a little bit of that. Oh, that's great. Oh, short, I think. If I remember correct. Yeah.
About 28 feet short. Maybe a little bit less than that.
He breaks to 21. Back 9 all of a sudden. People figuring it out.
It's just the curse could only last for so long. Adam Hammis at the top with Varela, tied with Robinson, who obviously has the most holes to play. But you got to get birdies with those holes, those extra holes. And he hasn't been getting a ton of those. So it's the advantage is obviously in his favor, but got to do something with it.
See if anybody goes to this long landing zone in the group. That's the sign of somebody thinking about playing for a 3. If we see a drive way out to the right, seems like playing for birdie. The field's been more interested in kind of putting up a big high hyzer. I expect we'll see Marwede do just that. Big hyzer around this prominent bush tree.
Not a tough hole. But the second shot is where the tricky part is. Is finding a way to navigate to a 330 shot in with no branches in your way. If you can do that easy. That's going to be fine. Chip sidearm around. Probably low through the trees from there.
Still 1 over on the day for Sully. Just hasn't been able to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, that's the line.
And they got the wall there to encourage the play.
Nice shot.
Yeah, and you notice how he didn't throw it that hard?
It at least didn't look like it.
Barely
And
threw it.
then zoom. I asked him one time, I'm like, what? I'm like, why does that look like that? He's like, well, I feel like I'm just boosting it.
I've heard that from Sexton before.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
What part?
That I said that it feels like to me that I'm throwing it so hard.
It's so funny. I remember the first time legendary course designer, 3-time Masters world champion and mentor of myself, Stan McDaniel, saw a video of him throwing. He's got a funky form. He kind of hops a little. It's old school. And he was just disgusted with himself. I don't look like this. It's like, yeah, you very much do. He hated it. In his head, he's just with the wind.
He's just climbing.
Isaac kind of gets away with it right there on the left side.
Yeah, he went pretty long.
Don't want the big skip
Ooh.
roll.
It gets real sketchy there.
How far to the basket from there do you think, Paul?
300, 330.
From a little short of where the yesterday's pin, or 2 days ago's
yeah, it's
pin.
about 330, I think.
Okay.
All right around there. Same distance. And,
All right, here we go. Full send. That's certainly got the want.
Line is great.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
What a shot. That's probably
Wow.
450 to 470.
Oh, man.
what do you think, Jerm?
What do I think about what?
Because you still got a chance.
It was ruined on the last hole. I made it abundantly clear.
Well, let's make sure he knocks the putt in. He was pretty close on the last hole.
He's not missing that one.
I don't think so either, but I didn't think. I mean, he had about 15 on 11.
Dangerous shot to throw with that crosswind.
He judges that well.
Oh, yeah.
A bit deep. Oh, nice circle back on the shortcut grass. Well thrown. Isaac throwing his third, an opportunity perhaps to get a first birdie in quite a while with a good approach. And that is a good approach.
Played it great. Try again.
Dang it. Still in it, although the flat line play can't continue for Sully any longer. With Isaac getting to 23, the first time we've seen that number reached. As Marwede gets to 22. And Ben Callaway tapping in the eagle.
What a show for the fans. That was an incredible shot.
How many eagles?
There were just two of them. Calvin Heimberg, who got it yesterday, and Ben Callaway.
Look at this shot. AB into the bullseye to get to 23.
I was looking at scores, and I looked and saw how many eagles there were. And I saw 3 names, and none of them were Ben Callaway, and I thought he was about to miss that 8-footer, and I was thinking, how on earth is this about to happen? And I was looking at round 3, and I was just, there's a sigh of relief.
Ooh, Ricky.
Yeah.
Keeping his name in the race.
Name in book for Ricky Wysocki at 21. 23 for Barella, starting to turn it on.
It's all kind of coming down to Isaac Robinson and 3 straight par 3s.
You know what this feels like? This feels like that race, the long distance race where everyone's just kind of chugging along into that last lap. And now the sprint is on.
Yeah. But it's these, for me, it's the 3 par 3s that everybody else, aside from Marwede, is basically done with.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac's already on even footing with the guys that are ahead on the course.
Right. Okay, Cannon Burr, to keep his chances slightly alive, needs to get a par and finish with a couple birdies. On the 3rd card. Slight glimmer of hope perhaps still exists for Gannon Burr, but he's going to need some magic coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he can post, what is that, 24? 23. He can post 23. I'm sorry, that's not going to get it done.
I agree.
I sort of like proved to myself that I still got it. whatever is meant to happen with me will happen. And what I want wants me even more. So I just have to be open to receive it.
Okay, island hole. Par 3, 298 position over here on the right. Same kind of wind. This one's tough. You throw the sidearm, it's got to be super wide, and then it's got to dig. We see everybody kind of going long here. Flex shot is also a play. Ben, who doesn't have a shot anymore.
His last 3 throws have been he doesn't have a shot.
Look at this.
Maybe aces
Go in.
this.
Okay, if he aces this, he's back in.
Oh my. That looked close.
No, of course he's got an outside shot, but it
Can't
really
miss,
is.
you can't miss 5-footers. Well,
Yeah.
20 feet on the hardest par 3 on the course. You got to make that.
Gotta walk through the open door, brother. Marwede leans into that one. It's a good looking line, though.
Go in.
Oh, no!
No.
Oh, heartbreaking.
No.
Just don't hit metal. And you're parked.
No.
Probably, right? This was going to sit
It
down.
was fine.
I think so. It's so sharp.
A lot of sharp angle. Either way, it doesn't matter now.
Let it hit the ground. Let's see what happens.
Or go in, Those are the two
let it
options.
hit the chains.
Brutal.
Go.
Oh, sigh of relief.
Dang. Marwede kicked his little mini. Never seen him react to anything ever.
Yeah.
I think it was accidental. I don't think I want to play poker versus Marwede or Calvin Heimberg. Not interested.
Sully outright as well.
That one hurts. Kind of scoobied over there pretty good to the left.
Yeah.
Got a little lift mid-flight.
Big time par save opportunity for Marwede.
Great putt. Just an
Yeah.
absolute great putt right there. Given the moment.
Clutch.
That guy knows how to do it, man. It's awesome. Sully. He knew it. He knew it before the disc left his hand. Yeah, that was very confident. Those are the best times, man. You know that everyone else knows that you know that you're going to make the putt. It's freedom. Isaac just lives in that freedom much of the time.
Yeah. He spent a long time there.
Especially when it has an M in front of it.
Yeah.
Seems like he just locks in and he took one pump there. Oh, 25-footer.
That's a knee knocker for almost anyone in the world who's never been in this position and is trying to vie for that first major win. For him, this is just business as usual. Another tournament. Ho-hum. There's nerves in there, but he doesn't show it very well to everyone else. Well, now he not only has a lead, he's got more holes.
It's a nice place to live, huh?
Yes, it is.
What do we got here?
Hole 14, par 3, 378 on the right side between these big trees. The way I see it, Barella threw 15 at 23. So 26 is his ceiling. Robinson's at 24. If he can collect these two par 3s and wait to see where Anthony is, he can buy himself some real security.
Yeah.
Well, this is looking pretty decent. Oh, maybe not a bad tree. It's going to be a straddle pretty severely to one side or the other, but that was coming into the green with some speed. What do you guys think?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a 50-50.
Let's see what his angle looks like. It's hard for me to tell how much that tree is going to be a problem.
It seems like it's going to be a pretty big problem. But you're right. It could be completely open from where you're standing. Ben with a great shot. Unfortunately, it's been over for him since that missed putt back there on 11.
Marwede gets the flip up. Might be a little short. A great shot into the circle.
Paul, do you think that one's open?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be able to do something because they're far enough off the tree, I think.
Yeah.
At least Marwede is.
Marwede could go to 27 with perfect play all the way home. He could push the number to 27.
Wow.
I'm just trying to game plan what Isaac can kind of buy himself with a couple of birdies here.
Right. Sully, great drive.
How do you go in those trees and not hit the basket? I don't know. That would have been nice to hit. That would have been sick.
Oh,
Like to see that.
great
Need
putt.
a little bit more of that a little earlier in the round for Sully, but still in it. Hanging on by a thread. Now Marwede has the gap. Marwede has the putt.
Nicely done. 23 under.
Just don't ever see a lapse of focus on those 28 footers. They all come in with the same conviction. So hard to remain that consistent regardless of what the wind is, stance, situation, so on and so forth. It is really fun to watch.
A little bit high for Robinson.
Kind of rushed it. I mean, he rushes every putt, but that seemed like oh, look, boom.
Yeah.
I agree. I think take a few more moments there.
Especially on
Measure it out.
these. Yeah, exactly. I get from here routine as usual. You've done this 1,000 times. You ain't putted like that.
Yeah, it's not second
100,000
nature.
times, no.
He does make everything look second nature, but you're right. That one needs just a little bit more time for the calculation. Still in a good spot. Really good spot.
This is just a
Missile.
yeah.
Right on the tee pad.
Oh, perfect. I think when you're in the mix to take down a tournament from the chase card and you're kind of battling around the same number of holes and you're right around, there's just such a huge advantage for that chase card to be able to apply the pressure from ahead of the other players. And there's less expectations, there's less pressure in that position as well. You have to sprint. There's no holding on to anything.
Sure.
I think that hole right there for AB is super important. 16 being just an absolute terrifying hole. Out of bounds left with that mandatory right there.
No easy birdies left for Isaac. So this is going to be a fun little sprint here through the finish line.
Hole 15, par 3, 379. A little bit shorter basket location.
Ben trying to throw the exact same shot he just did, I think. Force it over, get over stable, and skip home.
Just a bit long and wide.
You kind of, I think that's the play there. It's really tough to come all the way back, going around all the trees.
Have to kind of hug it a little too close to that second tree.
Yeah.
Be scary. Oh, that was looking pretty decent. Does he need to take that wider, a lot wider, or does that just need to be more inside? What's the biggest gap going through that
Farther,
stretch?
lower and farther.
Okay.
Like this is heading in the same direction. There's like 4 trees you could hit. There's one of them.
Yeah.
I think going around all those with like a flex, and then there's kind of a big opening coming back behind the circle. Does it get stable? Yes.
That's a solid drive.
Almost took that step forward like he liked it.
That was a great effort.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
That was nice. Ben's almost back in it. Almost.
Look at this putt.
Yeah.
This is what we expect, not the sad one back on 11, but that's when Ben's at his best. Doesn't really know what long range is. Everything just feels so capable for him.
About 4 seconds to line it up.
Yep.
Isaac Robinson style.
Great putt. Good catch on the left side.
Garrett Gerthy used to say that he was always told, you think long, you think wrong. And I think Isaac has subscribed to that one.
I wonder in his mind if he's like, man, this takes forever. So you got to pull the
Yeah,
trigger, man.
slow. Pull the trigger, dude. Get rid of it.
That first pump, he wishes that was the putt every time.
AB, big forehand on 17. Oh, this is nuclear. That's in the perfect spot.
Never seen one really go that far.
Yeah.
You look enthused.
Never seen one go that far.
Oh, it flips.
Oh, goodness. So is the shot there, is it just like, are you trying to go super low ceiling or are you just trying to hug a hyzer?
You could do either, I think.
After such a good drive, be in great position to get another birdie to put a little pressure on Isaac. That one stings a bit.
Yeah, you look at the last 4 holes, though. Those are so important. Those are all tough.
Quality birdies.
Yeah.
Coming up clutch down the stretch, as you'd like to see from a champion.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the Hold My Bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
So hole 16, 735, out of bounds left the whole way on this little ridge. Mandatory right here on the right. That's at 340 off the tee. And the wind kind of flipped, so now it's a left to right cross a little bit. So that's helpful for the righty backhand, a little tougher on the sidearm. Then you go up to the green, very heavily guarded left OB again, and then obviously the green is out of bounds. Seems like the wind's kind of died down in this little spot.
That was a nice move with the backhand for Ben. Did that hit the mandatory tree?
It did, yeah.
I liked how it started down the middle and slowly drifted right. Just unlike what we saw with Macbeth yesterday, throwing it out of bounds in the creek left. But just barely misjudged that one for Callaway. And just the slightest bit of difference, but it's a world of difference.
Mm-hmm. So if this gets on Anheuser at all, it wants to pull it into the OB. This has got to be Heiser the whole way.
Man, he's good at that shot.
Yeah.
He's got a nice connection with that disc. I'm guessing that's one of his hurricanes. It's one of the discs he throws a lot.
Okay, didn't. No harm, no foul there. I think that was a massive tee shot for Isaac to get that one in bounds and play. Doesn't have to get too aggressive, but can leave himself a nice little look here.
Yeah.
I think a birdie goes a long ways on this hole.
Well, it starts to become, in real time, is Isaac, he's probably just about to find out Anthony's result on 18. Anthony's surely on 18 at the moment. So it's whether, does he know something before he throws this up shot? Is it after? Is it on the putt? That's when he's going to know. Anthony's ceiling is 25 under now.
And I think it doesn't really matter what Anthony does on 18 for this approach for Isaac. The game plan has got to be get it close, get the birdie here.
I agree, but then it could change how you play the next two holes.
I agree with that as well. Oh, wow.
What a shot from the mandatory down there.
Yeah.
And the crowd might look a little sparse over here. It's because over on 18, there is a lot of people watching the chase card come in, and actually they have really brought the most attention. The gallery is rarely ever more on the chase card, but this may have been one of those situations with Paul Macbeth, Ricky Wysocki, Eagle McMahon, and Anthony Barella.
Wow.
Okay.
Great shot. I think, like you were saying, Nate, he knocks that down. Nice insurance. Being able to kind of pick apart hole 17. 18's so tough, but you can manage it. You can manage a bogey at worst.
Sure.
By playing consistent down, controlled down the fairway.
Yeah, assuming AB makes birdie. Ooh. And then if Isaac made 2 birdies, then he would have the luxury of playing for a bogey
or
potentially.
Marwede.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marwede needs to drop this one in.
Go a long ways.
Well, Hold on. Let me take this back. It would be really cool for Marwede to knock this in.
Okay.
I didn't realize he was quite that far back.
He has to make this 200-foot putt.
But truly, to win.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
You're right. To win, I think he probably did have to make that.
I don't think 17's his forte. And
Isaac is at 35 feet.
Yep.
He's proven to be pretty good at this distance. Oh. Okay.
Look good. Inch low.
He did take a long time that time. 5, maybe 6 seconds. That's a good par scramble after the unfortunate kick off the mandatory tree. Good position shot. Good third, forehand. Nice cleanup putt. With so many people at that 21 number, every single par pays off so much money in the end. Might not be in the hunt for the win anymore, but every putt, so important.
Putter kind of failed him down the stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
Made a couple good ones, but the ones you really got to make.
Three from misses or so from that kind of range today.
Happens, though.
It sure does.
Not his first experience on a major league card either. The more he gets, the more he learns.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be the last.
Okay. Has to have it.
What information will Isaac have going into the final two?
Anthony has to make birdie. And that is a good start. I mean, that's...
Oh, no, don't go B. Okay, good.
That's so far, he might have a low ceiling.
Yeah, tough position he's actually going to be in.
Wow.
Right, he's so close. He's 280 in, okay? I think I said 256 or something, playing like 280.
Go.
Needs to.
Oh, yeah. That's huge.
That man is made of something different. Loving the little acknowledgement there from Rick, understanding how difficult that shot is and how amazing the execution was. The gauntlet laid down.
Yeah. 25 in the clubhouse. Well played from Anthony.
An 8-under bogey free.
That's awesome.
Really well done. A little bit of a slow start, it felt like, but really was able to turn it on late.
Still awesome seeing Heimberg jumping 23 spots with that 12 under still on the leaderboard.
We just saw it, hole 17, par 4, 846. Like to work the disc over here to the right to soften the angle so that you can take this shot right through the FPO basket and hyzer your way back here to the long setting.
Isaac's just got to get one of the next 2 holes and avoid bogey.
And you would really rather make it this one. Like to have to birdie 18.
You could lose the tournament.
You could definitely lose the tournament right there.
Left a little to be desired for Callaway on the distance. He can still get there, but it's going to be a long second.
Isaac's game play matches up well to these tough holes. Like, probably gigantic gap to him. Oh, you have to hit it with Anheuser, though. his favorite.
This is
Whoa.
a big drive.
Whoa.
So far right.
Really impressive.
Put all of it into it again. It's going to be a long ways in to the green from there. Oh, this looks pulled to the right. There is an out of bounds green over there. He's going to find it, I think.
Yeah.
That's tough. Oh, yep. Still holding on to a top 10 finish. You would hope to patch that one up, get clean on 18, feel good about yourself.
I agree.
Marwede has to put the pressure on right here.
And like you said, it's not necessarily shaped perfect for the way Marwede likes to play, but that was a good drive. Going to take an extraordinary second shot to get close.
If he misses that, okay. Wow.
That's just below extraordinary.
That's really good.
Really, really good. A little inside. Really inside for Sullivan, really.
Oh, fights through a bit.
That's a good break. All right, this is the moment for Isaac right here.
This is almost a straight shot. This is the farthest right one I've seen.
AB had 360 in, so I'm guessing this is in a similar distance.
Oh.
No.
Wow, deep. Okay. But I like that. Going deep is great. Sets yourself up for the uphill putt.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you'd rather be deep than short like where Marwede is.
Yeah.
'Cause a missed putt.
That goes OB.
Yeah.
You just never really seen anyone go that far deep on hole 17.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody back there on a second shot.
Mm-mm.
I've seen some rolls, but they always drift into the out of bounds.
Right. We've seen a lot of shots roll on the screen, but yeah, no one's aired it back there.
Looked like he tried.
He did. Just way too many pars. Sullivan just only a few birdies on the day. All right, we're calling this 40 feet. Maybe just a tad inside.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Most center putt I've ever seen in my life.
On the stripe. With a grin as he runs up to get it.
That was so
And he
center.
didn't need any extra time on a putt that's absolutely huge to go to 26 with AB in the clubhouse at 25.
I can't get over this grin.
Yeah, because he knows what that putt means.
I've never seen someone be able to follow through so high into the right with their hand after the putt is released.
Oh, no.
That's a brutal reaction. Little right.
That's a Narmez. Oh, boy.
Okay, well, the conversation is, can Isaac now get a par on 18?
It's not
a gimme par.
It's one of the harder holes to chip your way down. Like you're gonna have to throw a consequential shot.
Yep.
Oof. Dang.
Well, it was a valiant effort from
No kidding.
Andrew Marwede. I don't think anybody picked him to be in the mix of this major championship, and he was there pretty much the whole week.
It's a big course. Marwede is not known for his distance, and yet neither is Isaac. I don't know how, but on these big courses, Isaac Robinson dominates. Worlds last year, those were huge courses.
He's just a distance guy now.
Yeah, forehand specialist.
Forehand specialist distance guy.
So Anheuser off the tee, beat that little shrubbery, get into here somewhere. That's all Isaac has to do. From there,
kick the disc twice.
Just end up to the left.
Yeah.
Just end up left somehow. Use
35, 40 left.
Then kick it. When does he get to kick it?
He's not kicking it.
No,
He's
that's
only
later.
Got one.
All right.
That's later.
One can dream.
See if he can get himself started. Get out to that open area.
Lifts. Gets
touches a branch.
Everything.
Bingo.
Well, that was walloped.
Still a really pressure-packed second shot coming up, but it made a lot easier with the result of the tee.
That was really high.
He just always does that, man. I've never seen someone trust the ceiling more with success. He's just one good throw away from being in a super elite club of 4 major titles.
Yeah, Nate Doss has 4 majors. Barry Schultz has 5.
Yep. Ken Climo.
Thinking about the people that you're
Ricky Wysocki.
Approaching.
Paul Macbeth.
It's got to be it.
Dave Feldberg.
Feldberg,
yes.
Of course. Yep. Sorry, Dave. I'm going to get a call later. Decent shot. I think he has the power to get there from there if he wants to. I don't think he's going to want to.
Some all-timer names, though. All those names on that list, all top 10 of all-time players. Some pretty good company. But he's got another shot left. And Ben throws it poor enough that he actually gets away with it. I think if someone drew a cartoon of the All-American kid, it might be a young Isaac Robinson. A Captain America type. Well, Ben's got his eyes set for the green.
Does it have the distance? This looks great.
That's a fantastic shot from back there.
Yeah. I think he's counting. I could go there, do that. Yeah.
If I went out of bounds, what would that mean?
Wow, look what Marwede's left with. Of course the wind's ripping.
And that goes to about 45, 40-ish. That's a good shot from Marwede.
Yes.
Gives himself a putt. Not a good shot. That was a great shot from that spot.
I agree. The wind just adds
some kind of blunt rim here. If it has the distance, it's great.
Oh, it's fantastic. Man.
I was a little worried that it was dropping. Wow. What courage to not throw a high shot there.
Yeah.
I think the high play guarantees, you cross over the land, but...
Brings in the left OB.
Brings in the left OB as well.
Exactly.
But he potentially introduced the short OB.
Which is the loser OB. That could get you into big trouble. But I haven't won 4. You haven't won 4.
I sure haven't.
Combined, we all haven't won 4.
2.
We won't ever.
1 3/4.
We won't.
He has.
This guy, he's just like big money Missy on the male side. He just steps up when it matters most.
I was thinking the same thing, and it's just made even more incredible when it's like Missy or Isaac, you like get this reputation and it becomes almost like a joke and everybody talks about it, and then you continue to deliver. That it even beyond like having this reputation for kind of this clutch gene, it's not an imagined thing. That's a real thing for both of those players, and they've shown it time and time again.
Ben Sens, man, great effort. And he knows that was an important putt for position in the event. He's going to finish the tournament at
T8,
20 under par. Sully sends
putt.
it. Great par save.
Yeah, great putt for him to get a top 5 finish.
Nice tournament. Introduced himself to a lot of people that maybe hadn't seen him play.
And Marwede, what a birdie. Well inside 40 feet.
I said 45. That was the worst thing I've ever said.
It was
I was
a
thinking
great
25.
one.
Sorry, guys. Hey, nice putt.
Look at this guy.
3 straight years with a major title win.
4 majors in the last 3 years, and
Wow.
and there's still 3 more chances this year for him to add to that.
Man, oh man.
Look at this group is just
I know.
between him and Gannon, they're just winning all the majors.
Yeah.
It seems like.
I just want to be friends with them and maybe just get a little above it. Oh, wow. Nice one, Ezra. I think that was just personal. I don't think that was a celebration. Man, he does it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. Your 2025 PDGA Champions Cup presented by OTB and MVP Disports, Isaac Robinson. I came out here, game was feeling good, but I just didn't expect to be able to take it down. Kind of been learning the discs, trusting the discs, and really this week, playing in the wind, I know I can trust these discs, and so you can play mediocre in this wind and play safe and play smart, and I think that was my game plan going into this weekend, and it really paid off. When you have a stacked chase card like that, you're always listening for the cheers, and so I was checking scores kind of the whole round, just trying to keep pace with everyone else, and knew I had a couple holes cushioned, but I knew I had the birdie, and so clutching up, taking some of the last birdies down the stretch really helped. I was watching earlier this week, and to make the list of all time, they'd have 4 majors, and so it just feels great to be kind of on the first page of that list.
Isaac, you've made history here in California with your 4th major. Congratulations, man.
Incredible.
I agree.
I think it's time we, start mentioning him in the same breath as Gannon Buhr when we talk about somebody who is kind of on that path to being the greatest of their generation. You know, he cannot be ignored despite his obsession with phoning in the Elite Series and winning every single major. I mean, it doesn't matter. Your career is not built on the Elite Series.
I think you're right. I think when, you know, time passes and he's older and thinking about the career, the people before him or after him are going to be looking at the list, and they're not looking who won, you know, the Santa Cruz Masters Cup. They're looking at who won the World Championships and who won the major championships, and that's the number that actually matters. And you can only get there when you're talking about the all-time greats.
Yeah.
And he for sure is now in that category. 4 of them. That's insane.
Andrew Presnell, T8.
He did great.
Yeah.
T8. That's a great back-to-back finish
Title
here
defense,
at the Champions Cup. Well done for him.
And I said it on the live coverage, and I want to say it again. After every one of these majors, he's given this interview where he's like, really didn't expect to win. I can't believe it.
I don't believe you anymore.
I am not falling for this again.
Don't believe it.
I don't care if he misses the cash 3 or 4 times in the run-up to Europe. This guy is the favorite for the World Championship. I don't care what course. I'm not getting fooled again. This is the guy. If it's a major, this is the guy.
I'm with you, man. Nate, it's been fun having you back in the booth.
I've been really glad to be with you guys.
Well, thank you guys. We are going to take a week off, and then we are going to be up in Washington for the Cascade Challenge. We're going to see you guys there. And like and subscribe. Nate, unless you have any other advice.
I mean, it's not sexy. It's not cool. But when you first wake up in the morning, have a big glass of water.